Hey, welcome back guys, welcome to a new video. Basically today we're going to be speaking about 10 very well paying jobs that require little to no degree in regards to school, and I'm going to go over them fairly quickly. I'm going to go through their salary and I'm also going to through what it's going to require for you to actually become this in the future, if that's anything you want. I do know that a lot of people have a problem going through school or going through university, and that's why this might apply to you. Some knowledge in regards to what you can become even if you haven't gone to a fancy university. So yes, let's get right into it. The first one we're going to be speaking about is to become an air traffic controller. And it is pretty amazing when you look up what their salary is. It can range, you'll probably start in the lower part of this. However, it can range all the way up to $125,000 per year, which I would say is pretty good. Of course, you will have to go through some tests, and I think it's through the FAA that you have to go through and do this testing. I'm sure there will be hard work included in that, but here it's really experience that counts. So you'll probably start out in the lower paycheck and then you would have to build your way up through experience and through just going on the job and learning every day something new about the job. But that's definitely one that would be worth checking out. I do believe that that could be a pretty amazing job. However, I do also believe it can be quite stressful. So yes, that was the first one. And now the second one is basically to become a real estate broker. And of course here you would be selling houses, you would be filling out the paperwork for those houses, and you might also be doing other things within that field. And of course this will also require you to obtain a basically real estate license that you can then functionally use if you have gotten that. And their salary ranges as well. There are some people I know, like what is that, the Graham show or Graham Stephen something. He is earning, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I think the average range for a real estate broker is about the $56,000 per year, as far as I know. But yes, that could also be one if you have an interest in that. And the next one here is probably not for everybody. I wanted to make a list over the jobs that are actually like diverse, so we don't dive too much into the same subject. So I really tried to get out of my way here to find something that could be potentially something for you. But the next one is basically funeral director. And here the salary ranges in between $50,000 to $80,000 a year, dependent on your experience. And of course, if this is something new for you, you would probably start in the lower ballpark. However, I do understand that this might be a touchy one, and from what I could understand, you are not actually dealing with dead people, you are more handling the administration side of it for the family. So I just thought I wanted to put that one in there in case, you know, you're feeling like becoming that one day. You know, there gotta be some people out there doing that, so definitely something to think about. And the next one we're speaking about is basically becoming a commercial pilot. Their salary is ranging as well. However, from what I could acquire, it would be around the $80,000 per year that you could earn from this. Of course, you would also acquire a private pilot license that you would have to have. And next to that, I do also believe that some places you may have to get a bachelor within a certain field or have something educational behind you to like benefit you in the process. However, this should also be that you are going on basically rescue missions, or you're doing like private flying tours or private helicopter tours, something like that, and that has a potential to earn you a lot of good money. And I would also say that would be a pretty awesome job to have. So definitely also check that out if you're interested in it. I think that could be a pretty good one. And now we're gonna go to something a little bit more traditional. I'm not sure whether or not you will like this, but basically you could also become a truck driver, because all you would need is basically a commercial driver's license, and you would be looking up towards the maybe $50,000 a year. Of course, I guess this also depends on experience. I guess you would start in the lower ballpark, but definitely this is something that doesn't require anything else than just having a commercial driver's license, and then you can start from there. And I do also believe you can build your way up within that, and you could execute it to your own benefit in many ways. I mean, if you're a guy who likes to travel and you want to travel international with your job, maybe this would be an opportunity for you at least to get to see some different things around you. So yes, definitely also one to think about. And now, if you want to like save the world and so on, you could also become a firefighter. This would of course demand like physical training. It would also require you to do certifications or licenses in order to become a firefighter. Plus, I believe that any medical education that you have would also be beneficial to this. But basically, this is something you can become without any special degree, and also you would be looking at about $50,000 a year, which would also be a pretty good mark to hit, where you would essentially be living a comfortable life. And from what I believe, firefighters, they also do have a pretty good pension, from what I remember. But yes, that should be it. And let me just tell you, if you're a guy who likes trains or railroads, you could also become something within that field. You could get a railroad job. Basically, you're looking around $60,000 a year, which I would also say is pretty good compared to the fact that you're working within railroads. I mean, of course, there would be certifications that you would need, and I think there would be a lot of on-the-job training for you, but it could become something that you would essentially like a lot, and something that would also make you some good money in the long run. And then we go over to number 8, which is basically elevator mechanic. Of course, this will require a lot of on-the-job training, and I believe that if you can get an apprenticeship or something like this, that would help drastically. But basically, you would be looking around $75,000 per year, and that would cover your costs, I hope. Very good. I think that's a pretty good salary, and I think you would also be working with something pretty unique that maybe not a lot of people are working with. If you are a guy who likes to work with computers, you could also potentially look at becoming a programmer or a support technician. This would only require you to go basically on your computer and start learning how to code today. I know for a fact there's a lot of free websites out there that will learn you how to code, and even with little to no money, you could be buying something that would also teach you how to code, and that would only be yourself and your determination on how strongly do you want this. And I believe that a programmer slash a support technician, the salary ranges, but from what I could find, it would be all the way from $30K a year, $30,000 a year, to about $80,000 a year. And I'm sure you could find jobs that are paying less or more than that, but this is just the average that I could basically find. And imagine this, with these skills you could potentially also build something for yourself that would end up making you a lot more money compared to if you just worked for a company as a programmer. And now we come to the last one, and this one was a little bit of a funny one that I found, but basically you could become a nuclear power reactor operator. And from what I could understand, you would be adjusting control rods, you would be starting and stopping equipment, you would basically just be having an overview over the situation, that everything is okay and nothing is going wrong in there. And from what I could fish up of salaries from online, you could earn a potential of $94,000 with this, dependent on experience. And also this wouldn't require anything other than you would have to learn about the job, you would have to learn on the job, and there might be some certifications that you have to take in order to get the job. So I hope that you are thinking about all of these 10 options and looking to see if that is any value or any benefit for you. It could be, but definitely those are 10 very well-paying jobs here in 2020 that you could take advantage of. And of course, I mean, you could already start looking for this today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to smash the like button, because that will help so much. And next to that, remember to subscribe, and then soon there will be a new video. So yes, thank you very much. Bye bye.